Okay, so as you can see, this is where the page where you'll land, this landing page, and you'll see that there's a lot of different options that you can set up here for everybody. So we have it set up with an innovation challenge, a place where you can manage your portfolio, but we've also got even like you can do surveys here, you can just have a place for people to have a chat, or you can even store some of your information or papers here. So really this allows you to put everything in one place, even if the roads are going down very different directions. If we want to look at, for example, one of these roads, there's many different use cases available here, but we'll just take the one for now, which is an innovation challenge. If you'll open that up, we're now inside of that road, and we're walking down that direction. You can see that we open up straight into a whole lot of different ideas that have been already posted by people in your team. If we just were to show you what it looks like inside one of those ideas, when you have this set up and running for yourself, you can control, which teams see which ideas. You can share them across teams. You can also, have some that only certain people can see. Once you're in the idea, you'll see that it's very detailed. It's got the problem that being solved, a description of the idea, and then you can also put the tag or keywords there that you want to be able to call it up. So in this case, artificial intelligence and so forth. And you can add other assets like video, images, and of course, people make comments. And the interesting thing about comments, and this just gives you a little bit of a taste, just a slight little taste of the AI and machine learning that's in the platform. You see, if you say, I like this idea, you'll see on the bottom right there that, it's not a super happy face, not a very happy face, but if I love this idea, it's a very happy face. But if I hate this idea, see, it's an extremely not happy face. So, just a little taste, but the machine learning is going to be much more useful in the profiling that you'll see we can do when we get to that part of the platform. So you can set up anything you want on this page. We have a place where you can set up a vote that people can take to say how complete the idea is, using our 6 Thorns framework. But you can put design thinking here, you can put creative problem solving here, or come up with whatever framework you want for assessment. And you can also have your people assess the idea for things like how hard it is to do or what impact it will have. And they can also vote, at how much they like the idea. So the other thing that's a really useful feature for a lot of people is this comparable patents button. There's also one button here where you can look at what other ideas may exist that are similar to this, but with the patents button, you can actually see from the US Patent Office if there's any other patents that have been already granted around ideas that resemble this in some way. And if you click on the button, you'll see that it actually shows you how close the title matches, but also the description. So you'll get an idea of like, is this an idea that somebody already has patented that's going to be too close? What do you have to change about it, and so forth? So you can get into a deeper dive on this page, but for now, I just wanted to show you, how the ideas work. There's also a section for events, which allows you to put whatever activities you're doing in a very easy to access place, and you can connect these to the ideas if they're related to the ideas. So you can actually create an event from the idea. And you can also do other things on this page besides specific events. You can have all kinds of activities that you might want to put here that might be, for example, recurring, or they might be something that you want people to know about that's not necessarily a dated event. So this is a place where you can put things that people do. And then if you look at the activities, what this is really like a Facebook feed of what's going on the platform. So if you want to quickly jump in here just for 5 minutes, or less, and see what people are doing here for today and then leave, you'll at least get a vision of what's going on and what things might interest you. You could then, like them quickly, flag them so you can come back to them later and so forth. And the things we have on the side here can also be configured as you like them. So if you want people to come onto this activities page and be able to submit an idea from here, you can do that. But if you don't want that, you can take that off and put other things there instead. And a very important thing for a lot of people is the insights, especially you as a leader in the organization. You're going to want to be able to see what's happening on the platform in a way that's easy to get information. Again, this is completely configurable how you want it. But if you see here, we have a section on KPIs where you can see what kind of engagement is happening, what's your score across the program, so forth. And what's really powerful about this, if you click on this view, you actually can see engagement from your whole organization versus engagement across the specific program we're focusing on now. So if there's a specific department the specific department you're managing versus the entire organization, you can see how you're performing against that. And in this case, not so well. So you'll know what you need to do to start to improve that. And you can look at the various different aspects, again, totally configurable, that will allow you to see with a quick look in a few minutes what is going on. You can do this with also these visual graphs around ideas and what ideas are getting the most traction. So you can quickly decide what ideas to work with. You can do this by looking at each individual person in your team and seeing what you see. This team is not doing very well. This engagement score of 0. Rosemary not doing very well. So, you'll know your team needs a bit of inspiration here. And then you can also get a report outputted that you can create yourself as to exactly what you want the report to have that you can export. So this insights is a very powerful area, especially, when you're doing a comparison, if that's useful for you. One thing I realized I didn't look at on the ideas section, which is very important to note, is that when you are in an idea, you can do a lot with it besides just look at the idea itself. If you decide you want to actually work on the idea collaboratively, you can actually click on Use Whiteboard and immediately jump to a whiteboard that's built in. This whiteboard is at least as useful as any whiteboard you're used to using online, if not more so. And again, won't go into this in detail. You can do that in a deeper look, but this whiteboard now will be saved. Whatever you write here, whatever you put here, will now be saved to your idea. So whatever idea you're working with, this whiteboard will actually stick with it, and you can come back and look at what you put there later. So that's a really useful thing to do. And we go back to the idea really simply. And if we want to go do one other thing, we say, you know what, we've worked on this idea for a long time. We really like this. People like it. Let's make it into an actual project we're going to invest in. So all you have to do is click project, and you create an actual project out of it. And you can, again, adjust all these parameters, make it simpler, make it more complex as you wish, and really create a project based on this idea. Once you create that project, which I'm not going to do now, but I'm going to show you what it looks like when you do that. If you create a project, you'll be able to work with it in a Kanban board, and you can structure this however you like. Again, you can structure it according to a design thinking process. In this case, you can see things that are done in progress, deferred, or done. There's a high priorities to low priorities structure here, but you can structure this however it suits you. So whatever system you're used to working with in project management, you can just build it that way very easily. Finally, I'm going to let you see into the heart of this whole system. Right? This is the feature that makes this a very easy tool to use, or if you like it to be more complex, you can make it more complex. So if you want it to be easy, it's very easy. If you want it to be more complex, you can do it here. This allows you to make it as managed as you want it to be, while keeping it as simple as you need it to be. So when you come to, for example, manage ideas here, there is absolutely nothing there. There we go. So you'll see here, again, the board I showed you when you come to manage ideas, and you can create this board here, right? When you come to manage categories, you can actually create the different categories you're using, and so forth. So again, on a deeper dive, we can show you more about how this admin area works, but you can really control whatever you want, or leave it automated the way it is and make it simple. So that's the basic idea of the platform. And now I believe Rosemary is going to give you more insight into how this works with what you've told her you need to do.
Michael, I do have a quick question. What is that home page when you just look into the menu? Can you just show us what is the purpose of it?
Where? What?
Home. So
On here.
yeah, what is the
Well,
purpose of it?
home's the original page that I showed you. Oh, sorry, no, I didn't show you this. Home page is is really where all of your stuff is centered. So you're able to see everything that's going on in one place. All right, so you've got the events here. If you have events, you can put whatever you want here to get the attention of the people who are coming in here. So if you want to put certain information here, you can have it do that. We've got, for example, a wall of fame here where you can actually acknowledge and recognize people, because recognition is actually the most important thing about engagement. And so you can actually put that here just to make that an extra feature for you. And you could also see your own engagement score when you land here. So you can see what's going on with you and how you're doing around engagement. And again, you can set this up however you want for your team, but this is the way we've set it up. The other thing that I haven't showed you that would be good for you to see is, let me show you when I look at the profile of myself. And this is something you can set that others can look at each other's if they want to allow that, you know, and management can look as well if you want to allow that. So this profile shows you all different things about myself, but it also shows you my score in various personality profiling based on my activity on the platform. So not based on just a test, right, that most people could have done. This is actually based on my use of the platform. So see, here's an MBTI analysis. There's an ocean. There's a disc. You can set these up that you can have all of them or none of them if you want.